Hi Internet boys and girls, my name is Grace Alba, and if you're anything like me, you buy a lot of books, as well as checking out a lot of books from your local library. And sometimes it's hard to remember what you've purchased, what books you've checked out, and what books you just haven't had time for but would really like to read. Well, thankfully, for reading addicts like you and I, there's Librarything. Librarything is an online cataloging website that helps you organize your personal library. It's very easy to use, and today I'm going to go through some basic steps on how to add books to your new Librarything collection. I've opened my browser and connected to Librarything.com. This is the homepage for Librarything, where you can sign in if you're already a member. If you're not a member yet, click Join Now and go through 2 or 3 simple steps to get your Librarything account. Librarything also gives you the ability to sign in using your Facebook account or your Twitter account. I don't particularly like to do that, but that's completely up to you. So you sign in, and it takes you to Librarything's homepage. As you can see, there's lots of things to do with Librarything. Unfortunately, we don't really have time to go over all of this extra stuff. We're just going to be concentrating on how to add books to your library. The first way to add books to your library collection is to click in this green box, Add Books to Your Library. Fairly self-explanatory. For some reason, I'm not exactly sure, just personal taste, I like to click this link at the top that says Add Books. So, click it and it takes you to the Add Books page. As you can see, the search box is already selected for this page. The box is highlighted in blue and the cursor is blinking, just like in a Word document when you're ready to type. Searching for books couldn't be simpler. All you have to do is type in the title, author, or ISBN number of the book you're looking for into the search box. So let's start with an example. Let's use John Grisham's The Partner. So you type The Partner into the search box. Normally you would hit search if you're just looking for a book title, but I'm going to add a few more extras. The first thing I'm going to talk about is what Librarything calls tags. You may have seen tags in other blogs. Basically, they're little hyperlinks that connect otherwise unconnected information together and collects them so you can see all of those things at once when you click the hyperlink. So for example, let's say you read The Partner in 2012. So let's add a 2012 tag. Now, every other book you add with this tag, 2012, will be grouped together and you can look at them as one giant list. Let's say you also really liked The Partner, so you can add a good tag. Now, everything that you label good will be in the same list. The next thing I'm going to talk about is this Add to Collections section. Basically, Librarything collects what I think of as online bookshelves for the books that you add to Librarything. If you click Show All, you can see all the collections that Librarything has already created for you, but if you hit Edit Collections, you can add more. So, again, think of these collections as bookshelves. You can add The Partner to the Your Library shelf, the Currently Reading shelf, the Read but Unowned shelf, or the Favorite shelf. Since it's a virtual bookshelf rather than an actual one, you can add the same book to many different bookshelves or collections as you want. The last thing I'm going to discuss with you is this Search Where feature. Librarything uses Amazon.com's search engine to figure out what book you're actually searching for. So when you're looking for a book, it's just like when you're searching on Amazon.com. Only the results come up here rather than on Amazon. However, if Amazon can't find what you're looking for, you can change your search to look within the Library of Congress or Overcat, which is actually Librarything's own search site. So finally it's time to put your book into your collection. All you have to do once you've filled out the title, the tags, collection, and where you're searching is hit the search button. You search, it loads, and it comes up with search options. Now, we don't want the Nora Roberts book, we want the John Grisham book. So make sure you're clicking the right title and author when you make your selection. Click on it, and it becomes part of your library. Let's go through this next example a little faster this time. Let's search for John Grisham's The Firm. Click on The Firm, and let's say you also read this in 2012. So you add the 2012 tag, and let's put it in your library and favorites. And let's search through Amazon. Hit the search button, it'll load, and find at least 2 copies of The Firm. I'm going to use the 1991 version. Click on it, and it becomes part of your library. I'm ending this tutorial back on the home page to share with you one more tip. If you have any questions about anything that I've said, there's a tutorial page called A Very Short Introduction to Librarything that should answer any questions you have. And that's all I have to share. Thanks!